So I go out for a run this morning and my friend Jack Posobiec is up on Capitol Hill. We often hang out there. That's where we work. And he mentioned to me that Jon Stewart, a comedian, I guess, was up on the Hill to talk about the PACT Act, something he's been working on for a while. Now, there has been some consternation about the way that Jon has dealt with this issue in the last couple of days at the very least.
Because you're a fucking
look at them in the
troll!
face.
Believe you me, I'm not a great fan of the fist bumps on the Senate floor and so on and so forth. The bigger point that Jack and I had at heart and in mind when we went up there was, how do we actually get this thing passed? Every minute and every second that goes by, people are suffering, and partisan politics is not going to fix this. Now, Stewart was up there this morning. He was seen hanging out with David Hogg. That sent alarm bells ringing. I think a lot of people's alarm bells have been ringing over this for some time. So we wanted to get to the bottom of exactly what the holdup is and how, if possible, we can get to the other side of this thing and make sure that this bill passes and make sure that the veterans who have served this country actually get what they deserve, the care that they deserve. And, well, I got to tell you, at the very beginning of this, I guess, altercation on the Hill, right outside the Capitol building, Jon Stewart just wantonly lost his temper. Now, he has since admitted to that. I think it takes a very big man to admit to something like that, and ended up shaking Jack Posobiec's hand. As a result of all of it, I want to play you through some of this because I think it's very important to show, especially given the outcome of this now, how we went from a screaming match to an end result of all of these parties agreeing to work together to get this thing done in about 60 odd minutes. Not bad if you ask me. Here, take a look.
You've been on the media lately, you've been running around, you've been calling names, you've been insulting.
Right.
Is that how you get stuff done?
Where do you think I learned it from?
I've got one. From your TV show. Of course, you're famous for that.
I learned it from
You
trolls.
were the man of that.
I learned it from right-wing trolls who don't know what
You're
the
a right-wing
fuck
troll
they're
now.
talking about. Because you don't.
You know you could get this
Come
bill
with me.
passed in a minute.
Come with me and
Wait,
talk to the
stop.
veterans. Come here.
We've talked to them already.
I
John.
am
with me.
Why are you running
Come
away?
and talk
Why
to
don't
me
you
on
do
this.
it?
I'm not running away. Come with me.
Don't touch
Come
it.
with
Don't
me.
touch me. Just
Come with me.
Why won't you change this
Come with me.
$400 billion thing?
It's not in there.
So immediately I figured out what was the problem here. I mean, Jon was giving very different information to the people we had already spoken to about this and to the people we spoke to after the altercation with Jon about this. The $400 billion in terms of mandatory spending that is in this bill, somebody explained to me very clearly about why they think it must be in there. But Jon's point at the beginning of this altercation was that there is no such thing, you shouldn't be talking about it, and that Republicans are simply evil. Now, of course, that isn't going to get anywhere, and backing Republican lawmakers into a corner over that isn't going to get this bill passed. It was at this point that I decided that we should go with Jon and talk to some of the people who were there with him and around him to figure out if they were all on the same page. Jon didn't want to do that.
You can't just yell at people.
Don't even pretend like you're a good faith person. You're not. You're not a good faith
We're coming with you
person.
to talk.
And I don't need to talk to
Listen,
people
we're
that
coming
lie
with you
about
to
veterans'
talk.
health care.
You just
So
said
why don't you
everyone
tell
else
her?
screaming at
Why don't you tell her that this is bullshit?
Nobody
And
said
for
it's bullshit.
John,
this
I'm for the bill.
motherfucker thinks
Hey,
that
guys,
this
I'm
bill
for
is
the bill.
bullshit.
You want to talk about bad faith? Let's talk about bad faith. At no point in the conversation did Jack nor I refer to the PACT Act as bullshit. At no point did we refer to the $400 billion as bullshit. But Jon, as soon as we agreed to go over and talk to his friends about all of this in front of his cameras, starts screaming and telling them that we said the whole thing is bullshit.
You're a
Guys,
troll.
I want the bill
You're
passed.
not in good faith.
I'm for the bill.
You're not in
I'm
good
a
faith.
So what's the problem? What are
My
you trying to do
question,
here?
my suggestion
What is
is,
your question?
What are you
John,
trying to do here?
What?
why is John, I'm not even against you guys.
What are you
Then why
trying to
the
do
fuck-
here?
Then what are you
John
doing?
is-
Just pass the bill.
Let's do it. Let's do it, John.
Pass the bill as it
Keeps
is.
walking away from him every time
John
Jack
isn't negotiating on
asks
the
to
bill.
try and set up a meeting. John walks away.
That's why you don't want to
He doesn't
pass
want to.
I won't
He doesn't
even
want
be
to.
in the room.
Now, at this point, a lot of people, I think, started to get a little embarrassed of the way Jon was behaving. They came over and they wanted to actually have a conversation with us, have a conversation about the way the bill is passed, why they believe in this mandatory spending, why they believe that they don't want year on year to have to go back to Congress to fight for this funding. And I understand all of that. I mean, I'm very happy to hear them talk about it and very happy, obviously, to talk to them. These are the people who, after all, fought in those wars. These are the people who are out there fighting now for their own cause and their own health. That's only right. Jon's behavior, I think, over the last couple of days and certainly today actually undermines and diminishes that fight. And I think that's why by the end of everything today, this happened.
This is Jack Posobiec. I'm here with Tim Jensen of Grunt Style, and
Hello.
Jon Stewart is also here. Jon Stewart and I have decided to come to agreement. Have we not, Jon?
Yes, sir. I lost my temper a little bit. I felt like I was being trolled, and I realized that the important thing is you just got to get this done for these guys and get them over the finish line to get the health care they need.
We're at 98%. Let's get it over the last 2%.
Please.
Is that fair?
Fair.
You shake on it?
7-5, brother.
Do or die.
Not a bad result. Now, let's see about helping those veterans without the partisan vitriol.